everybody? Welcome back to another episode here of Worlds Collide. I'm the kid JW. That's Miss Diva Talks.
What's up, y'all?
And this is the most awkward interviews in hip-hop history. I don't really think there's too many awkward hip-hop.
I think there is.
But,
at least 13 minutes worth.
See? Roll it.
Probably the most iconic one I have to say is the one with Lil Wayne.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know.
Rappers are notoriously tough to interview, come off too much like the police, and there's every chance they'll shut down and refuse to participate in the interview. On the other hand, if a rapper says or does the wrong thing during an interview, i.e. Drake infamously freestyling off his BlackBerry in 2009, there's every chance that this will be etched into their legacy forever. In this video, we're taking a closer look at some of the most awkward interviews in hip-hop history. Often when new rappers emerge, news outlets will try to poke holes in the image they've constructed around themselves. But often, the artists are too savvy, and all the journalists who've tried to defame them end up doing is making them appear even more appealing to their fan base. That was the case when BBC attempted to tangle with a young Tyler the Creator in Odd Future. Flanked by the group's colorful cast of characters which included Damo, Left Brain, Haji Beats, and Sid the Kid, the reporter made a mistake of underestimating the crew and clearly went into the interview with a preconceived idea of how he wanted to portray them. The result is a combative masterclass, with Tyler going out of his way to make things as difficult as possible.
Okay, now what about your lyrics? What are you saying in your lyrics?
Nothing to old white people off like you.
Is that right?
That man deserves a standing ovation just for that statement right there.
Yeah.
Right.
My lyrics aren't offensive.
Some people find them offensive.
Some people find everything offensive. Okay.
But when it comes to awkward interviews, no one has turned this into an art form quite like Nardwuar. A bona fide legend who's received his flowers from virtually every rapper, getting the interview with Nardwuar is seen as an honor for most upcoming rappers who've spent years witnessing him bamboozle his guests with obscure knowledge about their lives. But over the years, this hasn't always gone to plan. In rock music, the likes of Blur, Henry Rollins, and Slipknot all found themselves confused by Nardwuar's shtick, to the point of getting angry. And in hip-hop, the likes of Lil Uzi Vert decided to run away from him, while Jay-Z just seemed utterly confused. But if any interview between Nardwuar and an MC who refused to play ball was painful to witness, it was Nas. Back in the day, Nas agreed to sit down with Nardwuar during a Canadian tour stop. Initially, things started off amicably enough, with Nas seemingly impressed by the degree of research Nardwuar had undertaken.
This dude here, see where he's at? This is the project where I come from. That's the elevator doors open. See, that's the first floor. And he's telling the crackhead, Jane, stop this crazy thing. Sweet crazy, you're crazy.
While he originally seemed amused by the endless selection of records and pop culture trinkets that Nardwuar decided to bestow upon him, Nas's patience would eventually wear thin, and by the end, the normally composed MC was as hostile as we've ever seen him.
You are nuts, you are psycho, but it's all love, it's all music. Peace.
Thanks so much, Nas. Keep on rocking in the free world and do.
Yo, it's over. It's over. Move the mic. Move the mic.
While Nas managed to keep things cordial with Nardwuar for a little while, the same couldn't be said for Kodak Black's appearance on Ebro in the Morning, a man who will make several appearances on this list.
Oh, I remember.
I already know how this dude. Yeah.
Ebro's demeanor has a way of getting under people's skin in a way.
It does.
Yeah.
He's a bit of an ass. No, he's a lot of an ass.
Yeah, but he's the
Way
West
that
Coast
he
version of Charlemagne.
Nah, he's way worse.
That's why I like him.
Way worse.
That's why I like him.
Doesn't seem to be aware of. But when Yak turned up to the Hot 97 studios, Ebro was determined to broach Kodak Black's pending case with him.
And with respect to, everybody involved in that case, we can't get into details today. But, we take assault here serious. But we hope, to have you back so we can have a deeper conversation about that because, this is a serious topic. And we're hearing these stories a lot.
After some haphazard attempts from Peter Rosenberg to guide the conversation back to neutral ground with a bizarre comment about the moon landing, it wasn't long before Kodak's annoyance boiled over.
You seem upset that I brought it up.
I feel like sometimes when we going through y'all be entertained by bull. Change the subject. I'm finna walk out.
We don't have to talk about nothing else. We could be done right here.
All right, I'm going. Say less.
After the fact, Ebro received a mixture of praise and backlash from the culture, and in a subsequent radio appearance, he made it clear that this wasn't his intention. I did not want it to go that way. I'm not happy with the way that it went. I'm not happy it went that way. I feel bad that it went that way, because I felt like I was honestly trying to have a balanced conversation with an individual who has a crazy past, dealing with some very real things. It's very strange right now, Ebro said. It makes nobody happy. I really, really wanted to end that in a good way. Where this incident...
After you got called out for it. Because let's be honest, we all know that anytime these celebrities go into interviews, they literally have a list of shit that they literally say, do not bring up in this interview. Now, maybe that wasn't on there. Maybe they didn't do it that way, but I know for a fact.
Yeah, but some majority of them do, but it's a lot of times they don't really, because that's always like, oh, hey, the PR, this is what we got. So you keep. A lot of times, especially morning shows and hip hop stations, just like, no, we ain't going to go stick to this list. We gonna go in and we go get them off guard because we already know it's a PR thing.
And that's the problem.
So it's like,
I
no.
already say I'm not talking about that, and then you bring it up.
No, I won't go.
You really think I'm gonna sit here and keep having the same conversation? Your man's over here and tried to guide the conversation another way, and you still want to talk about this though. Yeah. So if we, okay, I'm with Kodak. I'm out. Bye.
All right.
Then stemmed from Kodak not wanting to delve into his personal life, this next awkward encounter involving Ebro was one in which the generational gap between him and the current crop of hip-hop artists was all too apparent. During Lil Uzi Vert's meteoric rise to fame, he stopped in at Hot 97, and almost instantly, he was met with a dismissive attitude from Ebro. From the outset, he seemed intent on painting Uzi as just another mumble rapper, and as we know, he was anything but. And because of his supreme confidence, Uzi made what could have been a painful experience into one where he made predictions that, in hindsight, simply exposed Ebro's lack of understanding of what Uzi was trying to accomplish.
Everybody's grown, bro.
I mean, are they? Everybody's grown. He fell off at the end.
Put another beat on.
Nah, because all I got is old man beats and you're not built for
Hey,
that.
listen, it's going to be a lot of young guys coming up here and they ain't going to want to rap on that. I'm trying to tell you, it's changing.
Yo, look, I hope they change. But as I've seen with all you little young that think you nice.
Yeah.
Y'all get to like 27, 28, and y'all get to struggling, and y'all be trying to come back
tell you
find that sound.
I ain't gonna struggle, bro.
And guess what? I'm gonna be here.
Yeah, it's gonna be totally different too. I'm gonna be all the way a rock star by then.
History's proven Uzi to be right, with his decision to stay the course paying dividends for years to come. But while his appearance on Hot 97 emboldened him, there are other cases in which a chaotic interview can set the course for a massive change in an artist's life. Here we have Boonk Gang's disastrous appearance on No Jumper. An incident which Adam 22 has categorized as the worst interview in No Jumper history, Boonk appeared notably intoxicated from the start. And although there is an argument to be made that Adam should have never put him in front of the camera in the first place, he did appear to try to wind things up as soon as he could, particularly as Boonk began to repeat himself.
Bullgate is right now. I've been up for the past 3 weeks.
Because I would like to do an interview when you're sober.
No, you don't want to do an interview when I'm sober. I mean, I had the hiccups when I be like this.
The hiccups are not the biggest problem, but
yeah.
Okay. Boonk Gang, everybody. Thank you very much. Appreciate you.
Since then, Boonk, now named John Gabbana, has turned his life around. But while Boonk Gang all but left music without leaving a mark on the industry, two men that have are Childish Gambino.
I think the most awkward interview for Boonk Gang was when he went on Hollywood Unlocked.
I'm going to be honest with you.
You don't know who Boonk Gang is?
I don't know who the hell that motherfucker is.
I just looked at you, but you don't even know who that is.
I'm sitting here like, what the fuck? Who is
He
this?
showed up to his interview, Hollywood Unlocked, with a gun. I don't remember if it was loaded or not, but he's flashing it. You know, while the interview was going on. It was,
I don't know who this cat is.
Ooh, it was weird. It was weird.
I don't know who this dude is.
And Chief Keef. Both exploding into the scene in the early 2010s, ATL's Donald Glover has become a pioneer in nearly every avenue, while Glow Gang's Chief Keef was instrumental to the foundation of drill as we know it. But as it became clear when Noisy aligned the two for a one-on-one interview, it became obvious that despite their significant contributions to the game, they lacked natural chemistry when brought together. Over the course of a painful 4 months,
This is like oil and water. Chief Keef and Childish Gambino? Really? Whose idea was this? Somebody failed. Somebody failed somewhere. That this should not have happened.
the pair couldn't find sufficient common ground, nor enough
You think?
mutual admiration to make it work, with Keith clearly irritated by the conversation, making it known that he would rather not have to endure.
You can even see it in the body language. Look how Childish Gambino, Donald Glover is sitting there. Look how Chief Keef is sitting.
He's sitting here like he about to go meditate. He's sitting here like, can I go?
Can I go?
Like, I don't want to be here.
While Donald struggled to find something to say.
You don't like talking that much. You say you're not a big talker. I feel that. You're 17. You're about to turn 18.
Yeah.
I didn't really like to talk that much when I was 18. I just kind of like drew a lot of stuff.
Yet you still talking to me, bro. Yet you still talking.
You got a lot of tattoos.
You ain't got no tat?
I might get one that just says what I'm allergic to or something like that. I heard you like belts a lot.
Somehow, Things got even more excruciating when the conversation turned to music, with Donald misquoting Chief Keef's breakout hit in possibly the worst way conceivable.
That spoke to people. That line, like, a fart, that's that I don't like.
Who said that?
Yeah, is that all on there?
Hell no.
What's the first part? What's the last one?
That's it. Sneak dishes.
I don't like fart.
Right.
Where interactions like Keef and Gambino's painfully stunted conversation was the product of mutual misunderstanding rather than animosity, there are other cases where personal grievances spill over into the airwaves. This was definitely the case when it came to Joe Budden's infamous appearance on Hot 97. Set to appear on the show to promote...
Oh, Lord. This was painful, too.
Rage and the Machine. Both Joe's beef with Drake and his high-profile issues with his former podcast co-host Marissa Mendez were brought up on air. Left angered by Hot 97 hijacking the interview to discuss anything but his album, Joe let his issues with Ebro and Peter Rosenberg be known in the most Joe way possible.
Yep.
I don't think that you guys are able to have an objective conversation, number one. Number two, this podcast conversation is not a conversation I care to have, especially not early in the morning. Number three, if Peter and or Marissa feel away, then there are other mediums for that to be discussed if it's going to be discussed at all. Next time I come here for an interview, send my manager the talk points. I didn't know that this would be an utter complete waste of time. We talked about Drake for 10 minutes, and we talked about the album for 30 seconds.
And we played your song.
And then we talked about Marissa and Peter.
You want to talk about beats? You want to talk about snares and hi-hats?
I want you to talk about something compelling.
You want me to pull A-Rab up and talk about the MPC Renaissance? Yo, the bar you spit, this pattern you used, the percussion, the way you used your voice like a drum and the percussion and fell in the pocket at the end, so it was hard.
I want to thank all of you for your time.
What should we have covered?
I don't know. That's your job to talk about. I don't do a morning show. I do a podcast.
We'll talk more album time.
No, we won't.
No, we won't.
Joe was on the receiving end of a grilling that...
No, we won't.
I thought he could have handled it a lot better, though.
This is Joe Budden we're talking about.
Yeah, that's true, too.
that he neither signed up for nor wanted. But that doesn't mean that he necessarily had any empathy for others when he placed them in a similar situation. Here we have Joey Jump-Off's infamous Everyday Struggle showdown with Lil Yachty. Appearing on the headline-making Complex show was always a calculated gamble, and appearances from Vic Mensa and a near-physical altercation with Migos certainly made for compelling
I mean, we can't forget that. Oh
right, 'cause that nigga like that, I'm like, well.
viewing. But they all
Rest in peace, take on.
Right.
pale in comparison to what happened when the rapper that was then Quality Control's newest star appeared. Over the course of the interview, Budden seemed incredibly frustrated by what he saw as Yachty's naivety and ignorance.
I don't care about the business part. I care about how Yachty feels.
You're giving me every day because life is moving in such a positive way. I can't get slowed down.
Nobody is one thing forever. You cannot tell me in the music business you are happy 24/7. That is a lie. That is bull. And I refuse to have somebody tell me bull. I want to have an honest conversation.
So when you come from a college dorm,
watching this interview, I never seen somebody so mad that somebody was just happy.
Right. It's like, yeah, like you good? You mad because he happy?
Right.
come home with no money and you ain't getting no play with no girls, you have no car, and you come to having 3-4 cars, you got millions of dollars, $500,000 on your body just to wear. How could you be upset?
Because I don't think that's where your values lie. That's why. Is that sounding old guy mad still?
It sounds like you know you up me trying to bring it back.
I ain't
what you said, let me
If this wasn't bad enough, things continued to intensify to the point that Joe was basically playing the role of a scolding parent while Yachty took it in stride.
Tell me what you want from hip-hop. You don't think that's a question you should answer at some point? Or are you leaving all of this to QC to figure out?
Nah, I mean, I'm making music, bro. I'm just having fun. My fans love it.
Yeah, you don't sound like you very aware with what's going on, and you one of the hottest on earth.
But what do you want me to say?
I want you to be aware of your business. I want you to know whether you're in a 360 or not. I want you to appreciate the culture that changed your life and took you from college dorm rooms eating oodles and noodles. I want you who's well-spoken and articulates himself well.
Chill.
Yeah. Right. They ain't popping out the side of your bald-ass head and shit. Like, calm down. Shit.
A storm which refused to subside, Budden's harsh words resulted in a diss on QC's Ice Tray from Yachty and Quavo. Since then, the two have squashed the beef. In a similar vein, our next entry is another instance where a rapper turned media personality had an incendiary debate. Back in 2013, Kanye was in explosive form when it came to generating carnage wherever he went. A time where the man who'd become Ye was gradually becoming more and more outspoken, things came to a head when he appeared on Sway in the Morning to promote his forthcoming album, Yeezus.
Who's
Houseway?
gonna be the Medici family and stand up and let me create more? Or do you want to marginalize me till I'm out of my moment?
Or why don't you empower yourself? Take a few steps back.
You ain't got the answer, Sway.
Yeah.
I've been doing this more than you.
Relax.
You ain't got the answers.
Bro,
you ain't been doing the education. You ain't spent $13 million of your own money trying to empower yourself.
Yes, but I spent hundreds of thousands and putting out clothing lines at a smaller degree.
It ain't Ralph level. What's the name of your clothing line? We don't know.
Why is it that you can't? Money,
I just told you I lost the money because I did not have the knowledge of how to do it the right way.
You ain't got to turn up, man. This ain't no show, man.
No,
I'm talking to you as a homie. You ain't got to turn up on me man to man, dog. These mics, we could turn all this off. You ain't got to do this. Don't try to embarrass us.
An incident which promptly reached the status of iconic meme. Kanye and Sway put the fiery exchange behind them until years later, when his high-profile rift with Adidas led Ye to consider that perhaps Sway was actually right about remaining independent. On the subject of time, and more specifically timekeeping, we have our final entry. For this one, we need to head over to Norway for a legendary interview with Snoop Dogg. After arriving at an interview in a sneaker store a long time after he was scheduled to, a reporter innocently tried to press the Dogfather on his punctuality. Almost instantly, Snoop made it known that this was a very bad idea.
You're 5 hours late here. And
Man, shut
Exactly. Yup. And
yeah, I was just wondering why you were so late, and I saw you were twittering about being stopped at the border.
I was late because I went to go get some chicken wings. That's why I was late. Because I wanted to go see Norway up close and personal and visit an old folks home. I went to a convalescent home. That's why I was late.
And you about to blow my high, and I done already told you that this was a dangerous place for you to be, and you still gonna continue with this conversation. Okay.
How's the partying changing?
I don't party. Get this
I still
got my face.
I still say should have had the whole Offset one in here though, but it is what it is. Anytime I can see Joe Budden about to get beat, I'm down.
Well, as always, Colliders, if you enjoyed this reaction, go ahead and hit the like button. Share with someone who you think would like it as well. If you want to check out this YouTuber's YouTube channel or share this video so that you and someone that you love or adore or admire can watch it together, the links will be in the description below, along with where you can find me and the official JW on our own YouTube channels. Anything else you want to add?
No, I'm good.
Bye, y'all.
Later.